Number 7. Skin that peels like paper. You know what's scarier than a horror movie? Your skin deciding to molt like a snake because of antibiotics. Some common antibiotics, anticonvulsants, or even NSAIDs can trigger an extremely rare but terrifying reaction called Stevens-Johnson syndrome. Sounds fancy, right? Well, it's not. It basically means your skin decides to give up on the concept of staying attached. It often starts with flu-like symptoms, fever, sore throat, fatigue, and then, out of nowhere, your skin develops blisters that peel off in sheets. Yes, sheets. Like you're some sort of cursed reptile shedding its human disguise. In the worst cases, it doesn't stop with skin. The inside of your mouth, your eyes, even your lungs can peel. It's the kind of side effect that makes you wonder if the cure is worse than the disease. Why does it happen? Your immune system gets confused and attacks your own skin cells, treating them like invaders. It's a medical glitch, like your body misreading the manual. The creepiest part? It's unpredictable. 2 people can take the same medication, and only one of them ends up auditioning for a role in The Mummy. And because it starts mild, people often don't realize how serious it is until it's already snowballing. So yeah, next time you complain about a boring rash, just remember, somewhere out there, antibiotics are turning people into temporary lizard people. Number 6. When your tongue betrays you. Imagine biting into your favorite food, let's say pizza, and instead of delicious cheesy heaven, it tastes like you just licked a rusty spoon dipped in old pennies. That's a side effect called dysgeusia, and it shows up with some blood pressure meds, antibiotics, and even antidepressants. Your taste buds basically go on strike. Some people report a constant metallic tang, others say everything tastes bitter, and a few unlucky souls claim water tastes like dirt. Water. The one thing that's supposed to be neutral suddenly tastes like it was siphoned through an old garden hose. Why does this happen? Medications can alter the way your taste receptors send signals, or they can interact with your saliva chemistry, making every bite taste wrong. It's not dangerous, but it's disturbingly intimate. Your sense of taste is tied to comfort, appetite, and survival. When your tongue suddenly becomes a liar, every meal feels like a betrayal. Worst case scenario? People lose weight, not because they're dieting, but because everything tastes like garbage. And nothing says creepy quite like your body actively gaslighting you into thinking your favorite food is poison. Basically, your meds hijack your dinner and replace it with a never-ending episode of Fear Factor. Number 5. Sudden psychic vomit. You know what's fun? Throwing up without warning in the middle of a conversation, thanks to chemotherapy, drugs, and opioid painkillers. But here's the creepy twist. This isn't just nausea. Some medications trigger a reflex called projectile vomiting, and trust me, it's exactly as horror movie as it sounds. One moment you're sitting calmly, the next you're reenacting The Exorcist across the dinner table. There's no buildup, no, my stomach feels off. It's like your body skipped the polite warning signs and went straight to launch sequence initiated. Why does it happen? These meds overstimulate the chemoreceptor trigger zone in your brainstem. That zone is like your body's TSA agent for toxins. It decides what gets to stay and what gets ejected. But when drugs confuse it, your brain goes, intruder alert, and your stomach responds by blasting its contents into orbit. It's disturbing because it's so uncontrollable. You can't willpower your way through it. It's like your body hijacks itself to perform a grotesque magic trick, turning your lunch into a weapon. Basically, the medication doesn't just treat your illness, it temporarily transforms you into a living food cannon. Number 4. Laughing yourself to death. Almost. You know that awkward laugh you do when your boss makes a terrible joke? Now imagine you can't stop laughing, not because it's funny, but because your meds have rewired your emotional brakes. Some antidepressants and seizure medications have been linked to something called pseudobulbar affect, which makes you laugh or cry uncontrollably, totally out of sync with your actual feelings. So you might burst into hysterical giggles at a funeral or ugly cry over a mildly burned piece of toast. Your emotions become like a faulty car alarm blaring randomly, usually at the worst possible time. And the creep factor here is that you're fully aware it doesn't match the situation. Imagine sitting in a doctor's office, hearing bad news, and your body decides to laugh like you just watched a stand-up special. You feel possessed by your own nervous system. The culprit? Brain chemicals like serotonin and dopamine go haywire, disrupting the circuits that regulate your emotional expression. The signal between what you feel and what your face does gets scrambled, leaving you as the accidental class clown in situations that absolutely do not call for comedy. It's not dangerous in the medical sense, but socially? Oh, it's brutal. People think you're mocking them, or worse, that you're totally unhinged. Basically, your meds hijack your emotional steering wheel and floor it straight into inappropriate outburst territory. Number 3. The time travel hangover. You ever wake up and can't tell if it's Monday, 1998, or the end of the world? Some anti-anxiety medications, especially benzodiazepines, can trigger a side effect known as anterograde amnesia. Translation: your brain stops bothering to record memories. So instead of living a normal day, you're basically starring in your own personal remake of Memento. You'll have full conversations, make lunch, maybe even sign important documents, and later it's like none of it happened. People describe it as losing chunks of time, and it's not always obvious until someone else points it out. Imagine being told you confessed your darkest secrets to a coworker and having zero recollection. That's not just awkward, it's terrifying. The science behind it is that these meds hyperactivate GABA, the calming neurotransmitter. Too much GABA, and your brain's hippocampus, the memory filing cabinet, just gives up and goes on vacation. It's like pressing the save button but your computer's unplugged. The creepiest part is the déjà vu effect. People often think they're experiencing life normally, only to later realize the tape recorder wasn't running. It's not like forgetting a birthday, it's like the universe gaslit you into thinking you were present for moments that never made it into storage. Basically, your meds are stealing your autobiography in real time. Number 2. The sudden sleep attack. You're driving, you're at work, you're holding a conversation, and then boom, your body shuts off like a laptop with 1% battery. Certain Parkinson's medications, and even some antihistamines, can cause sudden sleep attacks. We're not talking gentle drowsiness, we're talking total blackout in the middle of whatever you were doing. Imagine your boss asks for an update, and instead of answering, you faceplant into the keyboard mid-sentence. It's not just embarrassing, it's dangerous. There are real cases of people falling asleep while eating, standing, or worse, driving. The creepy part is the unpredictability. You can't plan around it. Your brain just decides nap time is now, no matter where you are. The culprit? Dopamine agonists and sedative effects, which mess with the brain's sleep-wake regulation system. It's like your internal clock is permanently set to surprise. So while the meds might help you move or breathe better, they also turn your life into a risky improv game called When Will I Collapse? Basically, you become a human Jack in the Box, except instead of popping out, you pop down. Number 1. The creepy crawly skin crawl. Ever felt like bugs were crawling on you when there's nothing there? Congratulations, you've just met one of the freakiest side effects of stimulant medications and some antidepressants: formication. Formication is when your nervous system misfires so badly that it convinces you insects are crawling under or on your skin. People scratch themselves raw trying to get them out, which only makes things worse. In severe cases, it can look like self-inflicted wounds, which is why doctors sometimes mistake it for other conditions. This happens because the meds mess with dopamine signaling, which fine-tunes how your sensory system interprets touch. Too much dopamine, and suddenly random tingles feel like tiny legs scuttling across your arm. Basically, your nervous system decided to host a haunted house inside your skin. The real nightmare is how real it feels. You know there aren't bugs, but your brain doesn't care. It's like when your phone phantom vibrates in your pocket, except way grosser and way itchier. Medications aren't just helping you focus, they're pranking you with imaginary cockroaches.